The SEC has won 11 of the past 15 national championships in college football. This year, Alabama has the best odds of any team in the country to do it. Meanwhile, after an epic 2019, LSU had a rough 2020, now sitting 30-1 to win it all. What will 2021 hold for the Tigers? Here's Heather Dinich with that answer.
In 2019, quarterback Joe Burrow and the LSU Tigers steamrolled their way through one of the most jaw-dropping, undefeated seasons in college football history. A 15-0 record that included a record 7 AP top 10 wins and a national title. That glory faded as quickly as the celebratory cigar smoke in the Tigers' locker room.
LSU sits on the throne of college football.
A 5-5 finish in 2020, coupled with external investigations into the university's mishandling of sexual misconduct allegations, put the spotlight on LSU for all of the wrong reasons. The success of the football program once helped mask more serious off-field issues. Now it's all under repair. LSU opens its season September 4th at UCLA with simmering pressure surrounding Ed Orgeron. There's also a hunger within the program to prove 2020 was the anomaly, not 2019. LSU returns its entire starting offensive line and a veteran defensive line that should be the heart of the team. LSU's football fate will be determined by finding a reliable starting quarterback and 2 new coordinators who have never called plays at this level.
An interesting situation, and again, we've just lost our connection with Ryan Clark, whom we wanted to get, obviously, the LSU Tiger with his reaction, and hopefully we'll get him back in just a moment here. But Heather, you do paint the picture of a team and a program sort of in a moment of flux. It could go one way or the other, and it's hard to know which way it's going to be.
It is, and I spoke with Ed Orgeron last week. I think they could be a top 25 team. He's very confident, but I asked him about the expectations and the pressure on him. And Greeny, he told me there is nobody in this country that needs to tell me about LSU's expectations. I grew up with them. He said, I understand them and I invite them. So he's very excited about the talent he has coming back on this roster. I think he thinks he made good coaching hires. They have to be better on defense. He says they will be, and to me, that is probably one of the biggest keys in them coming back and really contending in the SEC again.
All right, so again, we would, technology is what it is. This is TV in 2021. We've lost Ryan Clark for the moment, so we'll get his perspective on it another time. In the meantime, Heather, I wanted to get your insight and reporting on the other 2 enormous college football stories that are out there. Earlier this week, the Supreme Court deciding unanimously that the NCAA cannot enforce rules limiting education-related benefits that colleges offer to student athletes. That ruling will help determine whether schools decide to offer athletes tens of thousands of dollars in those benefits. But Heather, the point that you made with us yesterday is that really is just the tip of the iceberg. The question is whether this ultimately turns into your true pay for play, whether college football players and collegiate athletes will start to get paid for playing. And you were yesterday covering these decision makers in college football who were dealing with other issues, but I know they were talking about that. What did you hear from them?
Well, one person I spoke with was Notre Dame Athletic Director Jack Swarbrick, and he's got an attorney's mind. I asked him what he thought about it, and he said that he's never been a fan of the defense of amateurism. He said that language that you heard yesterday from Brett Kavanaugh, the justice who wrote the concurring opinion, he said we deserved that, basically. He said nobody ever said, gee, I think the babysitter would have a better experience if we didn't pay them. There's no incentive there. So it was something that everyone is trying to get their arms around, to be perfectly honest with you. Gordon Gee, the West Virginia, said that being a university president right now is getting a 1,000-piece puzzle on your doorstep every single morning, and every single morning it's changing, and this is another piece of it.
Right, and so we'll see where that winds up going. Again, the next case that comes to the Supreme Court, the precedent has been set here. We'll see if this keeps moving, but it'll move slowly, as does the expansion of the college football playoff situation. So again, quickly on that, that's what you were there in Dallas to cover, and does it feel as though the expansion to 12 teams in the playoff, as though that is moving forward as expected?
Yes, everything is moving forward as expected, but it was important that the 11 presidents and chancellors supported it, because it's not going anywhere without their support. And so by that happening yesterday, it gives the commissioners permission to turn around now and do the nitty-gritty work to figure out how and when it would actually be implemented. The key conversations are with the bowl executives. Because of those contracts, TV executives. They will meet again on September 28th. We should know a lot more then.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.